Good evening. It's 6 p.m. for our winter storm on Saturday, January 6th, 2024. Of course, I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino. But we're watching all of the data here starting to evolve and some very interesting information starting to show up here. So let's break this down. Currently, on Long Island and all over central and southern New Jersey, the warm air has won out as pretty much expected, with temperatures in the mid to upper 30s over eastern Long Island and central New Jersey, and upper 30s to mid 40s down in southern New Jersey. No surprise there whatsoever. What's interesting is along the I 95 corridor, our temperatures have pretty much stalled out in the lower to mid 30s, and you would probably call these temperatures marginal. With some areas reporting rain, some areas reporting snow. So, like for example, Newark is reporting snow, Trenton's reporting rain, Philadelphia is at rain as expected, and southeastern Pennsylvania is at rain, but other locations are at snow. So, what is going on here? Oh, and by the way, we're seeing moderate to heavy snowfall over the interior northern New Jersey, northeastern Pennsylvania, starting to break out into Hudson River Valley, and just starting to show up here in southwestern Connecticut. We'll start to see that showing up in central and northern Connecticut over the next couple of hours. So, let's take a look at the latest observations here and the radar data. And what I'm noticing is that the rain snow line that is showing up in the precipitation has pretty much started to stall out here and slow down quite a bit around the New York City metro and through north central New Jersey. And you're seeing more mixing signals showing up here over southeastern Pennsylvania. Meanwhile, very heavy rainfall, very impressive heavy rainfall is starting to take shape down here in central and southern New Jersey, with our wave of low pressure taking shape here around southeastern Virginia. When we take a look at the mid levels, this is some interesting data. Let me step back to 925 millibars, and we're starting to see our 925 millibar low starting to take shape here and starting to take form. You can see the heights starting to fall here over Virginia, and you're seeing that 925 freezing line slowing down as well. We haven't seen much of a move at 925 millibars in a couple of hours now, so this is pretty impressive to see it stall out like this. So that's at 925 millibars, and this is at 850 millibars. Again, there's our warm push as expected, but we're starting to see heights fall starting to show up here. Notice the winds, let me zoom in here, over Virginia are coming in from the west. We're starting to see that shift starting to take shape as our 850 millibar low over the Ohio River Valley starts to shift towards the coast. Again, this isn't supposed to take place really until about midnight to really have an impact. So that's why we would expect a mix, and we're expecting snow mixing with sleet and rain up into New York and throughout the I-95 corridor. That's all expected. What's supposed to be a little bit different from my forecast is that we're going to see that changeover go back. Why is that the case? Well, let's take a look at Genesis, and this is at 9 to 25 millibars. When you have marginal temperatures like this, and you get this strong lifting moving towards that marginal zone, that tends to lead to what's called lift cooling. Okay, so we're lifting the air rapidly, and that causes cooling in the atmosphere. And if we were at 38 degrees in New York City, then it wouldn't matter, but we're at 35 degrees. So that lifting is going to cause, with temperatures at 9 to 25 millibars and 850 millibars, right around freezing, it's going to cause that rain to mix back over to snow, very wet snow. And let me be clear about this. In New York City and locations like Philadelphia proper, where you have a lot of roadways, a lot of concrete, you have the subways in New York City, you're not going to see much in the way of accumulation on the roadways and on those locations because the snow is a very wet snow and these are very marginal conditions. So I think your roadways are going to be fine. So, like in Central Park, for example, that's where you'll see your snow accumulation. On the streets in New York City, it's going to be really hard to pull off any type of accumulation or any type of significant impacts in those locations. So your sidewalks might be a little bit slushy, but that's about it. But in your suburbs, where you will see that accumulation overcome because it's not as much of an urban heat island effect, that's where we're going to watch out for snow accumulation on the streets and whatnot. Meanwhile, our zones here that are shaping up are very close to verification already in many of these locations. This location right here, where we had that 1 to 3 inch swipe, Well, we had a little bit of snow already. Now the question is, with this mixing taking place, is will we see that cold air work back? So I just want to show this aspect of the HRR that has my attention. Now, again, it goes with very heavy precipitation here taking shape as we move forward. And you can see trying to push back. But look what happens. Now we get this little break here. But as the storm starts to mature, we get this western edge trying to work its way through tomorrow morning. And that's where we'll see some more snowfall accumulation over southeastern Pennsylvania, central New Jersey. Sorry, southern New Jersey is not for you. But locations up here in northern New Jersey, you're going to get some heavy bursts of snow out here. Same thing up towards northeastern Pennsylvania into Poconos and around the Hudson River Valley as well. And this area of mixing that's showing up here is also going to change back over to snow as that cold air works in. So very interesting evolution showing up here with this storm. I think the model guidance is going to continue to adjust as we get more and more data coming in with this colder solution starting to evolve. But a lot of this depends on what we see at 10 o'clock tonight with our video. So again, just to we go over the updates. 6 p.m. we're doing our update right now, video. 7 p.m. we'll go back to text updates. And then 8 p.m. we'll have video. And then 10 p.m. again, updates. And if things really start to get a little crazy, we'll go to midnight as well. We'll see how that plays out. But that is where we are right now with our storm. Pretty much my ideas are working out, but we'll see how the rest of it. Really, the brunt of this forecast really comes out and pans out starting at 8, 10, midnight. That's when we start to see whether or not we're deviating to that colder solution or not. So that's where we are right now, and we'll continue to see updates throughout the evening. And as always, stay safe out there.